juegos. No se anda, ya saben aquí quién manda porque vamos siempre tira en la Toyota. Todos andamos pelones y siempre. Ahora pues, ándale, no te me pases. Ahora pues, ándale, llámale a tu flota. Yo tengo unos carnales que te tupan del cantón. Yo no fui, no sé quién, ande que rapopón. Un chingo como tú que se tira. Esto es 100% México, no más vuelta el rucón.
Along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce, our reporter tonight.
And that was a tough loss. One or two breaks go their way, and it's a totally different outcome.
Yeah, really a game that they should not have lost, but sometimes, even when you play your best, it might not be good enough.
Jimmy Butler, first personal foul.
A unique talent. Ja Morant has taken the NBA by storm. Grant, does Ja remind you of anyone?
Well, many people, including Paul George, have compared Ja to a young D. Rose. Yet each explosive athletes at the one position. Both Ja and Rose leading their teams at a young age as well.
Now here's Butler. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
This is feeling a little bit too easy right now for Jimmy Butler out there.
And here's Morant. He's given them steady production at over 27 points a game. And Kyle Lowry is going to pick up the foul.
Personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Now here's Morant. And there's the drive. And that was good.
the quick feet of Morant. He's so dangerous when he's cutting to the rim.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Lowry, no good.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Now here's Morant. Here's Tillman. Here's the second effort. Morant with the bucket. Getting it done inside. Morant's got 5 points.
In the paint, Morant stays nimble, and that allows him to make any needed adjustment to his shot.
Memphis foul. Xavier Tillman. First personal foul. First team foul.
Now here's Adebayo. And you look at his numbers, just over 21 a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Hey, it's an exciting time of year with the playoffs on the horizon. Should teams start changing up their rotations with the postseason in mind?
I'm not a big fan of that. Of course, seeding is so important in the postseason, but I don't think it's time to start experimenting. It's still about winning games and getting into the best position possible.
Well, an all-star appearance for Bam Adebayo in 2020. Grant, you think he can get back there?
No doubt. I mean, I think the bigger issue is we've seen his numbers taper off just in the postseason. Can he reverse that and bring his best when it matters most?
Lowry. He can't get it to go. From deep, Bane. Got a hand on it. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Butler. Blocked! And they're on the break. Here's Morant. Out of the way!
One of the faster players in the league, end to end. I mean, few people can run with Morant.
Miami calls timeout.
Miami calls timeout.
I mean, during his first playoffs, Dillon Brooks proved he was a big game player, pouring in 31 in his playoff debut, an upset win over Utah.
And the Heat making a change here. Miami trailing. Here's Vincent. No good. Had a chance to end the run there.
2 minutes remaining.
Talking about Dillon Brooks, also great in those first ever play-in games, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, the Grizzlies making the playoffs, winning 2 games. Brooks was outstanding in a win at Golden State, locking down the Warriors on the perimeter.
1:51 left in the opening quarter. Outside Bane. Pass to Jackson. No luck on that one. Oh, great D that time from Adebayo. Oladipo with the ball. Six to shoot. Fader on the way. Here's Love. Defended by Jackson. Miami, no good that time either. The Grizzlies on offense. It's been 8 unanswered for them. Outside Jones. Here's the 3. He buries it from 3.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. They're getting their first look of the season at the Grizzlies in this one.
We see these teams face off only twice a year. Last year, each won one.
Well, if I had a calendar, I would have circled this one. But I love it when they get together. Last year, they split the 2 games between them, and I'll bet their battles are just as tightly contested this year.
Outside Butler. 52 seconds left now in the first quarter.
Bam Adebayo.
Basket counts.
Just doesn't feel like Bam Adebayo is 6'9". He covers so much ground.
Now here's Jones, providing this team some offensive stability. A little over 10 points a game. Off the mark there with a three. And we've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Butler. 5 on the clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Not this ball. Substitution on the court.
And here are the Grizzlies now. Kennard outside. Clark right side. Jones from outside. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And they're...
The Heat. 4.
Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you think, guys?
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
For three, Robinson. They get it back. Back to Strus. Lowry outside. Just 5 to shoot. Over Clark. Lowry, no good.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And Brent, you look at Miami's playoff pedigree. They've made the Eastern Conference Finals 6 times over the last 12 years.
Yeah, and those 2 championships they had in that 12-year period were square on the shoulders of their big three that they put together. But I don't see them slowing down when it comes to reloading. This team knows how to do it well.
I just love how he runs the floor with energy and intensity, but still stays under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
At the line for the Heat.
Of the 2019 Raptors championship team, Kyle Lowry winning in those finals as the point guard. It just took his career and confidence to another level.
Lowry and the Raptors made their first finals in 2019, facing that Warriors team that was presenting itself as a dynasty.
And man, Lowry was terrific in that series. I think he put to bed a lot of playoff demons that might have been haunting him. 7 assists per game, barely any turnovers, going up against Steph, really earning that ring and solidifying his place in the league.
And Miami has possession. 11-point game. Here's Lowry. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
The attention to detail on defense. Jackson reads shooters well and knows when to go for blocks.
All right, let's take a look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Grizzlies.
Well, their length and anticipation reflected in their shot blocking totals, making the extra effort to close things out.
They've done a great job tonight of getting out in transition, so that focus on fast break will add to your total in a hurry.
Pass to Robinson. Second chance effort. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. To the inside. Konchar can't hit.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Lowry, no good.
Perfect timing to rise up and challenge the shot inside.
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And it's Moran off the drive. And he gets that one. And the Grizzlies lead by 15. You know, Grant, sometimes with certain flagrant fouls, you'll hear people say it was a dirty play, but not a dirty player. But when this has become both,
Well, we all understand, B.A., dirty plays aren't good for the game, but sometimes a flagrant foul will happen. A lot of times, though, you have to factor in a pattern of behavior. I really believe players have a history of being called for a lot of flagrant. Plays a big role in how it's perceived. I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, Jimmy Butler's focus is all on team success. In fact, his agent said whenever he calls Jimmy to congratulate him on personal accolades, like All-NBA team, for example, Jimmy hangs up in his face before he can finish the sentence. Ryan, for Butler, there's only one prize that really matters.
Yeah, he's a rare breed, Allie, for sure. Thanks for that. And you can tell how much these fans here in Memphis love their Grizzlies.
Yeah, I mean, B.A., ever since they moved here in 2001, these fans have been so loyal. And the players are also enjoy playing here. Memphis is a fun-loving city with great barbecue and a lot of character.
Just a lot of force coming from Bam. That time he takes the hit and is still focused enough to score.
Ooh, the Grizzlies with another miss. Here's Vincent. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. That shot missing. Now Memphis takes it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together last time out, losing to the Clippers.
Yeah, for 3 quarters, they were the much better team. But when the lead started to slip away, they just lost their composure.
And the dunk by Jackson.
We've watched Morant get so good at this, instinctively spots the opening and feeds a really good shooter.
And it's Oladipo finishing it off.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Back to Morant. Pass to Brooks. Hits the trifecta. Brooks has got his first 3 points of the game.
The smart play. Wait and take the final shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Yep, count it.
That is a tough 2 right there from Butler. Really is calling for a rugged play, 100% effort.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. They have a confident 20-point lead.
The Heat. 11. Your Grizzlies,
With the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Out of bounds, it'll be Memphis's ball.
The body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Left side, Morant. And Kyle Lowry is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul.
Outside Morant. And then Morant with the jam!
Plays with so much confidence. When Morant gets in the zone, he stays aggressive.
Butler double team. Martin outside. Back to Butler. And Morant over to help. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
Grizzlies now. And then Morant with the jam!
With the reverse slam, that was sweet.
Ah, the finesse on full display.
Yeah, and we hear this a lot about the Grizzlies, but it bears repeating.
Jimmy
There's
Butler.
probably no team in the NBA that has more reason for optimism than Memphis. A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play. I do so enjoy.
I'm about to play man. Man, taking mighty long time.
Boy, watching bounce pass executed that perfectly.
And here's Memphis. You know, I think about all the optimism surrounding the Grizzlies. The rest of the NBA has been put on notice.
The NBA, and they should be. This team should be a contender for years to come. If the front office makes the right moves, which they have in the last few years, they could be hanging up some banners very soon.
Assist.
Nobody there to contest
Jimmy
the finish.
Butler.
That's why you want to get the ball up quickly.
Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Here's Morant. Score that basket. His 8th out of 9 shots here today.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Here's Butler. Ooh, excellent D there from Jackson.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum though.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Williams. Now Bane. They get it again. Clark. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
Second personal foul.
Stick with fundamentals. That shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Shooting for Miami.
And Grant, no team better than Miami at developing undrafted prospects.
I mean, for key roles, too. You look at last year's playoffs. Strus, Martin, Vincent, Robinson. It's allowed Miami to stay on top in a salary cap-driven league.
Stripped away. Here we go. And Williams punches it home.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points, while the other guys struggle to keep up.
To the paint. Here's Butler. And the layup is good. Butler's got 4 points this quarter.
One part of Duncan Robinson's game that doesn't get talked about enough. He is willing to find open teammates.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, Miami is very efficient. Coach Spoelstra said, quote, you want to maximize your offense in all the different ways in your menu without feeling like you're taking turns. I don't think anyone would say that about our team. They're an unselfish group that likes sharing the ball, and they enjoy each other's success. Brian?
Allie, thank you. Clock at 2. Back to Williams. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. 1:10 left to play in the third quarter here. Here's Butler. And no good. Good D by Clark.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Miami foul.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Grizzlies?
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving. Good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Oladipo outside. Strus's shot is off. And here's Memphis. Down low. Clark. Love grabs the miss. And here are the Heat now. Here's Oladipo. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
This is where Oladipo goes in and has no fear of drawing some contact. Nice job of getting through the defense.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. And Oladipo drops them both. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Kennard can't get it to go. And it's Miami's ball. Inside. Goes up at the elbow. Second shot opportunity.
Victor Oladipo.
In deep. Oladipo drops it in. Oladipo's got 4 points in the quarter. Jones from outside. Misses there.
That's the end of
At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one.
44. The Heat. 24.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Now Morant. And the play-in tournament has been a success, but some debate about whether the stats should count towards postseason stats. Grant kind of falls in the abyss. How do you think we should reconcile?
Well, B.A., first of all, it is the postseason. It's exciting. Everyone's watching. So much is on the line. This is high-pressure elimination games. And yes, there have been some great performances that we've seen in the play-in tournament thus far. So I think these stats should be included in postseason numbers for players.
Jimmy Butler.
And here are the Heat now. And it's Jimmy Butler with the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Well, he played a seamless first half, but in the second half, some poor decisions right here. He continues to throw the ball away.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. And they got called for a 5-second violation.
Miami's ball.
That's a bad miscue, but I think they've done a really good job keeping control of the ball throughout the game.
Here's Adebayo. Ooh, excellent D there from Jackson.
Got to appreciate the aggressive defense he brings.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
It's rebounded by Memphis. Here's Morant. And then Morant with the jam.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into.
Timeout call for the Heat.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. And for players, greatness can be defined in so many ways, but giving back has to be a component of that. Wouldn't you say, Grant?
Well, too much is given, much is expected. In BA, I agree 100%. Players today understand the impact that they can have on others. I love that about the league, the players, the coaches, everyone involved, using this gift to make a change and a positive impact throughout the world.
So it's Miami now. And here's Butler. Stolen by Jackson. On the wing, Bane. Outside Morant. Fires the three. That's his third miss of the game. 9 for 12 overall. Martin with the ball. He's picked up by Bane. Now here's Lowry. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Bane. And then Morant with the dunk.
They began the play with active defense, and they finished the play with active offense.
Well, a lot of times coaches will tell you that if you play great defense, you're going to get a reward. It's a good possession all the way around.
And here's Lowry from the arc.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? Back to Lowry. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Assist goes to
That's Kyle Lowry just putting it all on the line, just outworking guys to get in that close.
Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Here's Lowry. Oh, he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. And it's Morant off the drive. And Morant gets double teamed. Outside for Brooks. Back to Morant. And he makes it on the layup. Morant's got 27 points.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
To the middle. Adebayo. And there it is for him.
And you can see how scary the ball
Everybody up for that one. You can just feel that coming. All night they've asked him to shoulder the scoring load, and he is not disappointed.
And here's Lowry from the arc. It's not going to go for him. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Here's Morant. Morant with the flash!
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
It's good.
That don't make no
Morant's got
sense.
33.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the
If
rope.
I was doing like,
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Substitution on the court.
having to play 2K online.
And here's Memphis.
This shit is some bull.
Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
That was on the phone.
Here's Morant. Good on the bucket.
I mean, just an agile move by Morant down low, working around the contact and getting it to go.
To the paint. Oh, Brooks with the steal. From the high post. And too long on the shot. To end the run. Misses the shot. And so Memphis takes this one by a big margin. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump. And once
That was some bullshit, I must say. We gonna run another one. Be more focused.
everyone to Noche Enabia. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge.
Here we go.
You look at the Grizzlies.
Coming into the season, every analyst picked this team to be in the top tier, and boy, have they come through. They are as good as they look on paper and are poised for a playoff run.
First personal foul.
Looks like what they're
Here's my revenge on his team.
doing is appropriate in terms of its timing, coming together late in the year and ready for the big time.
First one falls for.
In terms of entertainment factor, can any current player top Ja Morant? I mean, we've seen Ja with some vicious in-game throwing.
Now here's Lowry.
Grizzlies foul.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Sharon Jackson. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And here is Hero. Pass to Lowry. Pocket two. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Hey, Greg, talking about the great Ja Morant, this guy is just flat out fun to watch.
Well, Ja's been known to go off for 50 on any given night, but he also looks for others, dropping some nasty dimes.
Jackson Jr.
Morant has an insane combination of athleticism and skill. This guy can do anything.
Here's Hero, following the score by Memphis. Back to Martin. Now Hero. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
How about Hero gets inside and finds a way to sneak up his shot and get it to go.
Heat foul.
And there's the call on Lowry. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Morant drives in.
Xavier
What a
Tillman.
deft pass by Morant. He finds a wide open man as quickly as anybody in our league.
Butler with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. And they double up Butler. Pass to Hero. 5 on the clock. Outside Lowry. And the foul called on Xavier Tillman.
Xavier Tillman.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul.
Well, Greg, we're in the final stages of the regular season. For teams that are on the outside looking in, what are these final games like?
Well, you have to continue to play hard because GMs are watching these games, seeing who packs it in and who continues to grind. So your future is at stake.
And so here's Memphis. The Heat getting the ball. Morant drives in.
Just as quick as anyone in this league, Morant can get to the hole at will.
Now in the game.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
Pulls it from the elbow. Misses off the left iron. Butler in the corner. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Jaren Jackson Jr. Second
Boy, a
personal
fierce
foul.
competitor. Jimmy
Third
Butler
team
puts his
foul.
heart and soul into the game.
Now
Not a
the
lot
line.
of opponents or players in this league that are going to outwork Jimmy Butler, and he does. He impacts the game in so
Tyus
many ways, and
Jones.
he's all about winning.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Butler. The shot misses. Nice D from Brooks. Memphis leading by 6. Kennard with the ball. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
3 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to come out to this game.
Again, the miss by the Heat.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Yeah, he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And it's Love with the ball for the Miami Heat. 7-point differential. Lowry, good.
And the dribble move by Lowry, just setting up that play, toying with the defense, and getting it done.
Kennard for three. Miami grabs the miss. Lowry with the ball. Jones covering. Off on the layup. Memphis leading by 5. Kennard's shot is off.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
Now, here's Kennard. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. No good from Clark.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Bounce pass. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Substitution on the court.
And so the first quarter is in the books.
First quarter with the score.
Memphis out in front. Up by
Miami
5.
Heat.
2K Sports.
The Grizzlies. 13. Time to turn up the heat with your
And we return to the second quarter, and no Latino specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
You know, Brett, when we talk about destination franchises,
Jaren
Miami has
Jackson
got to be in
Jr.
the conversation
Third
for
personal
being
foul.
number 1. Agree?
First
Kevin,
team
if it was
foul.
December and I invited you to,
Now at
let's
the
say,
line,
South Beach
Gabe
for a dinner,
Vincent.
would you come?
Are you kidding me? Of course.
Absolutely, you would. But beyond the weather, it's the culture there in Miami. It certainly keeps attracting top-tier free
Assist
agents.
from
LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, Kyle
Zion
Lowry.
Williams.
There's more to come.
And how about that display of athleticism by Morant, flying up in the air for the jam?
Martin. That shot misses. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
Good ball movement here by Miami. Pass to Vincent. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Here's Morant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal
I've
foul.
heard it said, Greg, a coach can't give you confidence, but they can take it away.
At the line for the
What's the meaning
Grizzlies.
behind that?
Well, players at this level are naturally confident, but when coaches are always critical, it can take you out of your game. Makes you just start to think a little too much on the floor.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Hero, no good. The Grizzlies on offense. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
It's not often we get to see this matchup, but it is a doozy when we do. Just 2 powerhouse teams facing off.
Well, if I had a calendar, I would have circled this one. But I love it when they get together. Last year, they split the two games between them, and I'll bet their battles are just as tightly contested this year.
Oladipo misses. Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. They've got an 8-0 run. During Desmond Bane's first season, Greg, he shot over 43% from three-point territory.
And that was top 10 all time for a rookie. And Bane's three-point numbers went up in his second season. From the start of his career, Desmond's been a premier shooter.
Here's Hero. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oladipo playing a couple years at point guard in Orlando when he started his career, showing off his passing ability there.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Inside. And Jackson gets it to go. And the Grizzlies lead by 15.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Coming out on the
Well,
court.
they can't find the net right now. All they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
Heat dancers, everybody.
Oladipo draws the double. Morant with the steal. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Butler. And he banks it away. Butler's got his second basket of the game.
From Caleb Martin.
This is feeling a little bit too easy right now for Jimmy Butler out there.
.119 left to play here in the half. Now here's Morant. He's got 10. 4 on the clock. Into the lane. And then Morant slams it in.
Nice poise from Morant, assessing the situation and then the ability to come through under pressure.
And the foul called on Brandon Clark.
Second team foul.
That's his first foul.
Substitutions for your Heat. Duncan Robinson.
Back to Robinson.
Gabe Vincent.
Outside Lowry. There's the triple. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Here's Morant. That's it. That's his fifth field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Butler with the ball. Now defended by Bane. The 10-footer. A second chance effort. And Adebayo with the lay-in.
Just doesn't feel like Bam Adebayo is 6'9". He covers so much ground.
Here's Morant. 14 points for him. And the call will be against Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent.
That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
Oh, what a terrible
Second
foul
team
there.
foul.
Shot clock winding down.
Grizzlies
Ends up bailing out
substitution.
the offense with the
Santi
foul.
Aldama.
Lowry does a good job there
Jones.
pressuring the shooter. Doesn't want to make it easy for him.
That's the end
John
of the first
Morant
half.
has been leading the charge, guys.
Your
For the
Miami
Grizzlies.
Heat.
He got in double digits for the quarter with 10
Grizzlies.
points total.
29.
We come back right after this.
Fans, please give a big round of applause.
And
for
after a
your
very
Heat
lopsided
Youth
first
team.
half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. The Heat trailed by 15. Here's Butler. And foul on the
Grizzlies
shot.
foul.
He'll shoot 2 at the free
Xavier
throw line.
Tillman. Second personal foul.
Well, he'll run
First
through
team
a
foul.
wall to win, but sometimes Jimmy
Now at the
Butler
line.
can drive his coach up a wall. Despite that tendency, though, to embrace conflict, this guy is working.
And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Right side Lowry. Hero on the wing. The three.
Let's go!
Drains it from beyond the arc. Hero's got 9.
That's a go-to shot for Tyler Hero, so confident in his ability to connect from deep.
Morant outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That is his first foul of the game. And Greg, last season, Butler and Spoelstra got into it on the sideline. We all saw it. It was an interesting moment.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of phrasing it. That manic intensity, perhaps necessary at times for a player who competes as hard as Jimmy.
To the inside. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
From Tyler Hero.
Hero knowing about the whens and the wheres for an assist.
Pass to Brooks. 3-pointer. He can't get it to go. And it's Miami the other way. Here's Hero. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Morant. Here's Tillman. Lays it up off the glass. 6 points for him.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Here's Lowry. The Grizzlies pull it in. 17 points was their biggest margin. Two minutes into the second half of play now. Morant outside. Takes the 13-footer.
Are we sure that Bam's not wearing a watch out there? Perfect timing. Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
One's good. Morant.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Here's Lowry. And he uses the glass on the way home.
Lowry willing to sacrifice his body and get into the fight.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. And the man who many consider the greatest Raptor of all time.
He said he plans to return to retire in Toronto someday. He's already had a street named after him there. And in time, probably a statue in his honor as well.
With the drive. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's his first trip to the line.
Second personal foul. First team
And free
foul.
throw, no good.
Shooting
Probably
for
the
Memphis.
draft in the arena
John
tonight. He's the
Conchar.
last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. The Heat trail by 10. Oladipo with the ball. Jones covering. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play.
2 minutes.
Oladipo taking his time here. Shot clock at 5. Miami needs to get a shot off. They get it back. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backcourt. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Vincent. Makes it off the glass.
They're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside, Jones. Here's Conchar. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Back to Jones. 3-pointer. Tillman shot is good.
Xavier Tillman.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Oladipo draws the double. Pass to Vincent. He gets that one. Vincent got 4 points in the quarter. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Outside Williams. .26 seconds left in the third. Pass to Clark. And Adebayo sends it back. Shooting foul
Grizzlies
as
foul.
the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
This is where Oladipo goes in and has no fear of drawing some contact. Nice job of getting through the defense.
He's off on the second. Kennard on the wing. To the middle. Great D that time from Love. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Grizzlies
Miami
lead.
Heat. 29. The Grizzlies. 36.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Here's Jones. And the layup's good off the glass.
Tyus Jones.
Jones has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Grizzlies.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Down low. Aldama.
Santi Aldama.
And he drops in the layup off the
Assisted by
glass.
Desmond Bain.
Aldama's got his first 2 points of the night. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Memphis.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort.
Desmond Bain.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Outside for Lowry. From down in the low post, it goes.
You saw Lowry that time just call for the pick, get himself in a position where he could score.
It's Hero with the
you idiot!
rebounded by Jackson. And it's Brooks in the corner. Outside Jackson. Bain looking around. Shoots over Hero. Bain, no good. And Love's got the ball here for Miami. They trail by 11. Here's Hero. Kicks it out to Love. Tipped away. Just 5 to shoot. Hero the bounce pass.
Let's go,
And it's
baby.
good for 2. Butler's got it back down to single digits for the Heat.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
To the paint. And the dunk by Jackson.
Jackson Jr. The
And the
assist.
flush from Jackson
Tyus
Jr. Great
Jones.
wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in
Miami
him.
calls timeout.
And the Heat call time here. Several teams changing it up here. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address the team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
All right, thank you, David. Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Morant. Shots good by Hero. And that's 13 points for Tyler Hero.
From Kyle Lowry.
Pretty much having the green light on the offensive end Tyler Hero gets explosive to score.
To the inside. Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
And Memphis turns it over again. 1:44 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Lowry. And the rejection by Jackson. Pass to Martin. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
It feels like Jimmy Butler is getting better on how he finds the open teammates, really elevating his playmaking skills.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They lead by 7. 1:27 left to play here in the fourth. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Pass to Aldama.
This is how you use the pick and roll. Morant looking like a vet with the sweet dime there.
Here's Lowry. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
First team
Good on the
foul.
first, and that brings them within 8.
Now at the line.
And so Lowry nails both of them.
The thing that makes Kyle Lowry so exceptional and special for the role that he plays is he can create offense for himself, he can create offense for his teammates, and he winds those in so seamlessly.
Here's Morant. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And you know it's coming. Jimmy Butler lives to serve up in these moments.
Morant surveying the D. Six on the shot clock. Second chance shot. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot is easy. He'll be shooting 2.
First team foul.
And one of these modern wings who doesn't just shoot threes. This is a tough guy to cover.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 7-point game.
And the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
Three-pointer, Butler. Here's Adebayo. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Morant. No good that time.
Grizzlies foul. Ja Morant. Second personal foul.
First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6.
Now at the line.
And the Adebayo experiment has been pretty awesome to watch just because it's all the nuclear, all the skills and his hard work paying off now.
So it's Memphis picking up the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well,